Hello everyone, and welcome. Today I will be reviewing Dashing Fire, a roguelite made by Blackthorn Prod. Dashing Fire is a game that came out in 2020 made by Noah Calise, better known as Blackthorn Prod. It's a fast-paced roguelike where you strive to rid the world of great evil and become the new sun. While doing this, you will encounter several foes and bosses while traveling through 4 unique randomly generated worlds. The controls for Dashing Fire are very simple. Point your mouse to where you want to go and click. Your character will then jump to the closest point it can travel to. The simplicity of these controls makes it incredibly easy to pick up and learn the game. While playing the game, you will encounter a number of foes. These cannot be damaged in your default state and deal damage on contact. Happily, there are flames that you can pick up. These flames turn your player orange. While orange, contact with an enemy will destroy that enemy and return the player to its original state. The game has 4 areas. The first 3 share the same concept with some slight variation. The final area diverges from this. The first 3 areas have set points where the player can travel. The final area, however, gives the player the freedom to move wherever they want. The final area also introduces enemies that can only be destroyed while the player is in a normal state. After each level, you have 4 options. You can increase the amount of currency you can get in the next round. You can get some in-game currency. You can increase the amount of hearts you can heal in the next round, or you can heal a certain amount of hearts. These options force you to think and balance your choices. Do you heal a heart now? Or do you increase the hearts you can heal so that you can take more damage later at the cost of being more vulnerable now? After each area, there's a boss that is randomly chosen from a pool of bosses. Upon defeating this boss, you enter the merchant world. Here you can buy new hearts or upgrades with the currency that you have collected during your run. After the merchant world, you continue to the next area. Blackthorn Prod has a very distinct art style and I'm a big fan of it. The game may not be a next-gen AAA game, but it's definitely beautiful in its own way. Audio is also a big part of every game and Dashing Fire absolutely nailed it. I find myself playing the game or even just sitting in the main menu to listen to the beautiful music. It fits the game very well and it never feels too much. As someone who until recently had to play games on a literal potato, I find performance an important part of reviewing a game. With its 2D style, Dashing Fire performs good enough on even the weakest possible potato. The minimum specs on Steam mention a GT 420, but I found it perfectly playable on an integrated Intel HD 550 GPU. While the game is fun, I wouldn't call it very replayable. After beating the game on normal and hard, there isn't much to do outside of endless mode. Once you beat the game a few times, it's also very easy to beat again. When coming back to the game after more than 6 months of not playing it, I was able to beat it on my first try on normal. For this reason, only a few people have more than 5 hours in this game. This game has some speedrunning potential, but it never caught on. Currently, it only has 4 runners on speedrun.com, one of them being me, and no new runs have been submitted in over a year. In conclusion, Dashing Fire looks and sounds good and the gameplay is fun for a bit. If you have a few bucks to spend, it's definitely worth picking up.